Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing great. My name is George, and this is the daily Sitrep, where I'll walk you through the price action that we had over the last couple of days since the last stream. We will find some levels together, we'll find a trading plan, and obviously, at the end of the stream, if you have questions, I'll answer your questions in the YouTube chat. Okay, let's start with Bitcoin. Today, I'm going to cover Bitcoin. We will take a look at ES. We will take a look at DXY. I have some exciting news also to share with you all. So let's start with the Bitcoin chart. Bitcoin chart, obviously, high time frame, daily time frame, a blank chart. And let's start with from where we were last time. So last time we were talking about this section of the chart, the high time frame, the top range, right? And in my opinion, this area starting with 29 to 30, 32, again, when we talk about high time frame areas, we need to think about this as an area. Don't think to the absolute dollar. Sometimes they are very well respected, but for the general purpose and to get the best results, I would think about this as an area. So we were talking about this area where the value area low was very good support, 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 consolidation, and then this range breaking to the downside. And obviously to the downside, we do have another range. Also, we do have this, the low of this entire range, which currently it is acting as resistance. So this was still is the high time frame plan, and currently we've seen, and for the last couple of days, we've seen the rejection from this swing failure pattern here. And now we need to see, like high time frame, we need to see if the price will be able to get to this area. Let's extend this to the current price action. Okay, something like this. So let's see if the price would be able to get to this area, right? And this is where I'm interested to see the reaction. Again, high time frame level, I wouldn't think about this to the absolute dollar, like for example 23,295. No, I would think about this as an area. We'll also have some interesting levels there. We will go from high time frame to low time frame to find the best levels to trade. But like I said, high time frame, that would be a level that I would like to check the reaction. And depending on what's going on here, if this level will act as support, then that is bullish, right? So if we see something like this level holding as support, then one would say more upside is possible. I covered the high time frame levels to the upside, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about that. But definitely this is an area where I want to check the reaction. That would be the bullish case, where the value area high here will act as support, right? And then more upside is possible. Doesn't mean necessarily the price has to make another higher high, but a bounce would be in order there. And we also have the bearish scenario where the price could do something like this, right? So breach of this level, backtest, and then the price moving to the downside. That would be the bearish case. And if this will be the case, at that point in time, the chances for this to be the local high are increasing. But for the moment, okay, we are downtrending here. But for the moment, this is not, we talk high time frame, this is not a bearish price action, not yet. So definitely high time frame, I would like to see what's going on in this area. That would be the main trading idea. If, and this is really important, if the price get acceptance in here back into the value area of this range, this could be considered as a deviation from the value area of this high time frame range, and that would be bearish by definition. And that definitely opens the possibility for more downside. How much more downside? Well, that we need to determine, because if the main trading idea is this range, if the price gets acceptance back into the value area, so below the value area high, and this level will be flipped to resistance, the next important level will actually be this area, the point of control and the value area low of this range. So we talk about between 19 and 19K area, right? So that would be the next important level. High time frame token doesn't necessarily have to happen, but generally speaking, and most important, if this area will be flipped from support to resistance, that opens the possibility for more downside. Like I said, doesn't mean necessarily that the price has to go all the way to 19K area. The price could stop here, where we could see a swing failure pattern. We'll see the levels, the confluences that we have there. The price could also stop here. We do have some liquidity. We do have some levels, 20K psychological area. But generally speaking, if the price gets acceptance back into the value area of this range, then one would say the chances for this to be the top, the local top, are increasing. For the moment, yes, that was an easy trade. I covered this on Wednesday. This was an easy trade, but now we need to check to see what's going on next. What will be the next move, the next levels, high time frame. This is what I'm looking at. But now we need to move to low time frame to see what is going on there. Let me see the chat. Sound is good. Thank you, my friend. That is exactly what I wanted to hear. Please increase the volume. The volume is pretty high. Let me do something about that. Yeah, but the volume should be pretty high. Okay, something like this. Okay, fair enough. Now, so this is the high time frame, the high time frame levels that I'm looking. Now, moving to local time frame, let's move to 1 hour. Obviously, just look at this, right? So when you see something like this, I mean, the first thing that I would like to see is pull a fixed range, right? Because we do have a clear resistance, which is the top of the range, right? This is our clear resistance right now. And also we can see that we do have an area of support. So we do have a range here. Like I said, I really love to trade ranges because Bitcoin most of the time, 80+% of the time is just ranging. So we do have a range here. So let's pull the fixed range tool. Should be this one. Yes, should be this one. And if we do that, we can see a couple of important levels, right? Like the value area high, right? Point of control and value area low. And last time that we talked on Wednesday, the price was somewhere in this area. Obviously now at that point in time, the value area low, oh, look, was exactly here. So what the price was trying to do is actually to get acceptance back into the value area of this range. And I said, then this is our resistance, right? On top of that, if we enable the horizontal levels, right? Also, we had this daily, right? This daily was acting as a very good support here. Then it was flipped to resistance, and between the value area low of this range and the daily, that was our resistance. And my words in the last stream was, this is the resistance. If the price managed to claim this resistance area, that opens once again the possibility for more upside. And for more upside, once again, if this range, the local range, is the main trading idea, then the next important level on the chart is actually the point of control. Happened just a bit later, right? Because we've seen this rise to the upside, small front run of this this level. We had confluences there. We had a daily naked point of control there. I'll get more in depth about what happened here, but generally speaking, those are the levels that you want to trade. However, the price was not able to actually to claim this level, and obviously the next important levels to the downside were this weekly and still untapped daily level, right? Weekly, this is our current support. Obviously, some moves once again here, but other than that, this is our current resistance, this weekly level. It is not a new untapped weekly level, but as long as I see a reaction at this level, I'll keep it on the chart. Also, I do take into consideration this daily level, still untapped daily level, and also what the price is doing right now is building liquidity. And by liquidity, I want to make this very clear. By liquidity, I mean stop losses. Please allow me to extend this to the current price action. Okay, obviously now this is a developing range, and depending on the volume that was deployed at each level, you know, this, the value area high, the point of control value area low, this level could change at any point in time. So this is a developing range. But other than that, as you can see, these levels are very, very well respected. Now, I was talking about liquidity. So by liquidity, I mean stop losses. So imagine this. Imagine someone was longing this drop, which was a very, very good trade. If you book profits, obviously, because when the price moves here, you need to book profits when you have a high time frame level like this. So the first thing that you need to do, and best case scenario, you want to book some profits, doesn't mean that you have to close the entire trade. But let's say you long here, you book some profits here, you move your stop loss at entry, and yeah, that would be the best case scenario. And after that, depending on the reaction, you can actually take a trade. Obviously, we are at resistance here, so the only trade that one would need to take at resistance is a short. Same story at support. I don't look for shorts here, I look for longs. This is the range, resistance, support. This is the area where you look for longs. This is the area where you look for shorts. This is how you trade a range. You hedge yourself, book some profits, and then when this range will break, and I said when, not if, when this range will break, you get stopped out. So let's say this range, let's say you are in a long from here and in a short from here. You book 50% here, have your stop loss at entry. Also, you shorted this one or this one, I don't know. And you booked 50% and now you have your stop loss at entry. Let's say this range will break to the downside, then you'll be stopped out at entry, right? So you still make money with this long, and you'll be stopped out from the long and you'll be left with your short. So you made some money with the long, you get stopped out, not a problem, but you have a trade running, 50% stop loss at entry already, and you make money with your short. Same story, let's say the price will move to the upside, then you'll be stopped out from your short. After take profit one, you'll be stopped out at entry, and in that case, you make money with your long. So it is always a good idea to hedge yourself, look for shorts at resistance, look for longs at support. Okay, but let's get back. Sorry, sometimes I talk too much because there is a lot of information that I want to share with you all, and yeah. But let's get back to the part where we were talking about this support area, and we were talking about liquidity. So imagine you long here, your stop loss should be, let's say, below this low or already at entry. Same story here. You long this one, or any of this move, you should have your stop losses somewhere in this area, right? And usually the price is searching for liquidity, is chasing the liquidity. So one would say we do have a range. So right now we do have liquidity in this area, so below this daily, below this low, and we do have liquidity to the upside. So technically those are the best area to trade, right? Because in this area, again, if you are in a long, you book some profit, but the only trade that I would take here would be a short. Same story here. If we see a good reaction, let's say the price will take the liquidity, right? And then if the price shows a sign of strength, then one would take a long in this area. Now let's pay attention to this area and definitely to this daily. Other than that, we've seen this move, right? The price was touching this weekly. We had a very, very small front run of this low, and so that's why I said the price is still building liquidity. So the price was not able to take any of these lows, so the price is still building liquidity. Very nice push to the upside. Like I said, small front run of the point of control. We had a daily naked point of control there, tap to the absolute dollar, and then we've seen once again this push. And since then, and basically the entire day yesterday, we had the value area low here acting as a resistance. Obviously we do have VWAP, we had daily open. I mean, if you are in our if you join our Discord, you see what's this about. There are a lot of things going on there. Sorry, just a second. Okay, that's good. We had a lot of updates. So I was talking about this area, this is our resistance, this is our support. Again, within the bigger range. Now we do have a smaller range, but we do have a clear resistance and a clear support. You look for shorts here, you look for longs here. That's the easiest way to explain what is the best way to trade this kind of situation. Okay, so this is what's happened locally. Now, this is not the most bullish price action I've seen, right? Why? You say, why is that? Because support is holding. Yes, that is true. But we're building liquidity and the price is not able actually to get acceptance back into the value area of this range. So that by definition is weak price action. So in this situation, I will be inclined to expect more downside. And the next important level, the next important area level that I would like to trade would be a swing failure pattern of these lows. This low if possible, a touch of the daily, but in that situation, so we can actually mark this one, right? We can put it as a swing failure pattern, right? If I see a swing failure pattern of this low, then definitely I'll be more than interested to take a trade there. Now, it has to look something like this. Let's say the price does this, right? Take the liquidity, then claim the level, get acceptance in here, right? So that would be the way to trade a swing failure pattern. Obviously, now you can check the order flow if you have access to an order flow software, but other than that, based only on what's going on TradingView, you would like to see something like this. So usually you need to check the swing failure pattern because sometimes they happen very fast. Sometimes you get some sort of back test and that would be an easier way to trade it, but you need to go on low time frame, 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. That's the way I like to trade a swing failure pattern. So it has to look something like this. This should be our entry. So there's no need to actually to long here. You need to wait for this to happen. And then obviously we do have some levels. We do have daily, we do have weekly, remember weekly, very good support. So this level, the weekly could be flipped to resistance. So we could see something, so okay, we get the swing failure pattern here, but other than that, we could see this start to act as resistance, boom. And then we could see another push to the downside. So definitely you trade a swing failure pattern, but also you need to check what's going on after that. You want to see continuation, you want to see change in market structure, you want to see some levels claimed, and obviously if everything is backed up by the order flow, that means increases in volume with increases in open interest and new positions opening there. You don't want to see bearish CVD divergences, not too many liquidations happening too fast. That is definitely what you want to see for more upside. I'm giving a lot of information, and maybe for some of you the order flow is something new. Maybe some of you know what's going on, but we will cover this. We will cover the order flow, so don't worry about that. But I just want to give you like the way I like to see a reaction and the way I like to see continuation after a swing failure pattern. So definitely you want to see something like this. You want to wait for the swing failure pattern to happen, then you want to see levels claimed, back tested, right, flipped from possible resistance to support. And then we need the price to get acceptance back into the value area of this range. That would be definitely a sign of strength. And at that point in time, obviously we look towards next level. We still have this daily point of control. Untap daily here, really important. Untap daily level 24,868, obviously value are high, and why not another high on the chart. So this could be a trading idea based on the liquidity grab, swing failure pattern, and then like I said, if you start to see strength, then more upside is possible. So that would be one of the areas that I would like to trade. That would start as a scalp. I will book some profits, right? But other than that, I will keep that trade running as much as possible, because this kind of liquidity grabs could actually push all the way to the top of the move. Doesn't necessarily have to happen, but it could, right? So this is a very, very good area to trade. Again, if we get a swing failure pattern, if we get after the swing failure pattern, if we start to see change in market structure on low time frame, 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, with continuation on higher time frame, If you see levels flipped, right, claimed, backtested, and another push to the upside, if you have the confirmation for the order flow, that could be a very, very, very nice trade. The other option, right, is this liquidity. One of these levels could be this one, right? Could be the low, could be this one, or this one flipped, you know, to resistance, and then that would open the bearish case, the bearish scenario. So be aware, the way I like to trade based on reaction. I don't like to preset here because who knows what's going to happen. You know, no one knows actually what is going to happen with when the price first, if, and then when the price will get here. If we see a good reaction, then I can trade. No reaction means no trade for me. That's why I like to trade based on reaction. I want to be able to make a informed decision based on what's going on there. At that point in time, I want to see everything. I want to see the price action in trading view. I want to be able to check the order flow, and then I can make a trading decision. Obviously, usually my entry would not be the best one, but would be a decent entry, and I get more confirmation. Sometimes more confirmation, it's more important than the best entry possible. Like, I don't know, you preset here for a quick swing failure pattern. Basically what happened here, you preset here, the price barely took this and then down. That was a very nice swing failure pattern. And maybe this will be the case, but maybe not. And the price would just move to the downside. Then if you choose to preset, you'll be taking a loss instantly. So this is how I like to trade. I'm not saying if you choose to preset is not the way to go. Definitely, if it works for you, that is great. But the way I like to trade, I want to make an informed decision. So this would be one area that I would definitely like to trade, right? That would be a very, very nice trade. In the same way, I'm interested in trading this area. If the price goes there once again and I see another swing failure pattern, then obviously one would trade another swing failure pattern. Same story. You need to see actually the swing failure pattern happening. You want to see the continuation in terms of market structure. This time, because we are talking about the short, you want to see the price losing level, flip them from support to resistance. You want to see bearish order flow. So same story over and over again. So that would be the local range that we do have. And for the moment, and for me, this is the main trading idea. The weekly plus the daily liquidity. No. Let's see if that will give a reaction. If the price manage to claim a couple of levels like VWAP here, VWAP, really important intraday level. If the price manage to get acceptance back into the value area of this range, then why not? We can move to this daily level, to the point of control and higher. Also, we can pull some fibs, right? And that will look something like this. Okay, so 382, 0.5, the golden pocket, and yeah, so we need to see the fibs can be used. Very good results. So let's pay attention to this. So basically, this is my trading plan for today. Obviously, for scalpers intraday, we can enable, apart from this, we can enable the previous day levels, right? Something like this. So what do we have? We have previous day low here. And as you can see, the daily open plus previous day value are low. They are right now acting as resistance together with VWAP. So if this area will be claimed, then I see no reason for the price not to move to the value are low of the high time frame range. But also previous day equilibrium, we do have this high. So, you know, taking into consideration what's going on here, we could see another push where we could see another rejection, and we can continue to trade this range. For this, I'll update in Discord. Our Discord is free, so if you want to join for live updates, not only about Bitcoin, not only about crypto, but also about stocks, some forex, so that would be a very, very good idea in my opinion. Okay, we also could pull some fibs, so let's pull it from here. Okay, so let's put the golden pocket. So another confluence that we do have here together with the weekly. So we do have the golden pocket plus this level 0.71. I really like this level, right? So basically this is our current support, resistance, VWAP, daily open, previous day value are low, and then we move to this area. So I would trade this range now until this range breaks. To the downside is very, very simple. I'm looking for a possible swing failure pattern here. If this range will break to the downside, if this daily will be lost, flip to resistance, then that opens the possibility for more downside. And that is not a problem, because if we zoom in just a bit, we can see that technically we do have another range. I mean, this one could be considered range, this one could be considered other range, this small range here, and we do have another range. But just to keep everything very, very clear, please allow me to enable this and hide this one. So I would consider this entire area as a high time frame range. So if that's the case, right, and if the price will lose this daily, then actually the next important levels are this point of control, value area, low here. So no reaction, no swing failure pattern in this area, then I will look towards this point of control, value area, low here. One thing we can do, and technically we should do that, is to use some fibs for additional confluence. So okay, if we pull the fibs low to high, also we do have the golden pocket and this level here, so you know, additional confluence. So again, I would be more interested to trade this area here. So below the daily we do have this low, but the only trade that I would take here would be definitely a long, and that would be based on a swing failure pattern. But let's say no reaction here, then starting with the point of control and down to the value area low, also have the golden pocket, that would be the next area that I'll be looking for a reaction. So let's say the price will do something like this, right? No reaction here, then the price moves here. Now we start to see reaction, start to see this, definitely somewhere in this area. Again, depending on the reaction, one could take a trade. But in this scenario, we need to see what's going on here, because this was support, support, support. This could be this area, could be the daily, could be flipped to resistance. Again, think about it as an area between the daily and the weekly. This area could be flipped to resistance, and then obviously one would expect more downside, right? So pay attention to these levels, right? Pay attention if the price will move here, no swing failure pattern, no nothing. If this local range will break to a downside, then definitely we need to pay attention to these levels, right? If you trade here, you want to see the price claiming this level, basically getting acceptance back into this range, and that will open the possibility for more upside. But if this area would be flipped to resistance, then you know, that's weakness, and one could expect more downside, right? So that would be, please allow me to clean this chart. That would be the next area that I will be looking for a possible reaction. So point of control, value are low, golden pocket here. Let's say the situation becomes like really, really, really bearish, right? So no reaction here around this daily, no reaction here. Then obviously we need to look for another level to the downside, right? So that would be, if we pull the fibs from here, from this low now, the golden pocket obviously will move just a bit lower. And again, I really, really like this level. Also, we do have an untapped weekly level here. Untapped weekly level. Usually the untapped levels at the first touch, they give a really, really, really good reaction, right? And in this situation, one would expect a bounce there. Not only that, but we have some liquidity in this area. So would be nice if the price could do, let's say, price moves from here, no swing failure pattern, price moves to this area, small bounce, or I don't know, this one, flip to resistance, then we need to move to this area where the best trading opportunity would be swing failure pattern, you know, of these lows, right? So we do have a swing failure pattern here. Then the price managed to get acceptance below this weekly, above this weekly, flipping this weekly to support, right? That would be a nice trade. You trade somewhere in this area, you have your stop loss somewhere in this area, and obviously in this situation, one would target once again this area. Again, everything, you've seen the trading disclaimer, that is really, really important. All the information that I'm sharing here are not financial advice. This is for educational purpose only. Let's make that very clear so everyone understands this kind of situation. But like I said, that would be a very, very nice trade. We do have liquidity here. We do have an untapped daily level. We are somewhere around the, the higher time frame, golden pocket, this level. So it's not a bad idea to set an alert somewhere in this area. And again, let's check the reaction. Good reaction means trade. No reaction, you just walk away and expect the next important level on the chart. Now, if you are in a short from somewhere in this area, could be this one, best case scenario, or maybe this one, or I don't know. If you are in a short, all these areas where I said I'll be looking for a reaction, that could be take profit. So maybe you want to book some profits here, maybe you want to book some profits here. You already have your stop loss at entry, or you can move your stop loss at entry and let that trade run as much as possible. So first of all, a level or an area with confluences where one would expect a reaction should be a take profit, and then depending on the reaction could be an entry for a trade. Good. So this would be the next area that I'll be looking for a possible reaction. Okay, once again, let's clean the chart. But let's say this becomes really bearish, right? So it's nothing out there. Then we move to the next area, which actually is this daily, 20,673. We do have liquidity. Below, we do have the 20K psychological area, right? Again, we could have a reaction here, right? We could have a reaction, and definitely in this area, one will look for longs. Same story, check the reaction, check everything. At this point in time, this weekly could potentially act as resistance. Same story. You want to see a reaction here. You want to see the change in market structure. You want to see bullish order flow, because we're talking about a long, and really important, this range, this fixed range, you want to see the price getting acceptance back in here, back into the value area of this range. Maybe this range, the value area low, the point of control, maybe they could move lower. Like I said, developing range, right? So we could see what's going on there. But definitely, this is an area where one could see a reaction. One thing, please allow me to hide this, and let me see if I can put on the chart this range. Okay, because like I said, locally we do have this, but also we are very close to this, to the high time frame value area, the value area high of the high time frame range. So again, we are here, right? And if we enable this horizontal level, so this is pretty close to this area. So one could see, right? So maybe we'll see a swing failure pattern of this low, a touch of this, and maybe we could see the bounce. So again, I would think about this as an area. So if the price moves to the point of control here, that would not be a problem in my opinion, because this is a high time frame level. But other than that, this area, liquidity, daily, untapped daily level, value area high, this could potentially, and this is the first area that I'm interested in a trade. Again, swing failure pattern, yes, trade. No swing failure pattern, level lost, weakness, means no trade. Just move to the next important level to the downside. If no reaction, like I said, no reaction in this area, no reaction at the weekly, no reaction at the daily, then, at that point in time, definitely this is the next area with a possible reaction. And in that case, like I said, if the price starts to get acceptance back into the value area of the high time frame range, that would be the between 19 and 18K area. That would be the level to trade. Same story, reaction, trade, no reaction, no trade, and one would expect lower. That is, well, very simple. I don't know if it's very simple. I hope it is very simple, but this is definitely my trading plan, not only for today. So today I'm interested in trading if the price will move here. I'm interested to trade this area, but technically I'm interested in scalping this area where the weekly is clear support, and starting with VWAP and then moving higher, that could be our resistance. So level to level, I wanted kind of to cover everything that is to the downside, every level that we do have, because it is important to have a trading plan. Right, to the upside, like I said, I covered last time, if this level will be claimed, And as long as this level, so the 20,200, 300 area, as long as that level will be holding as support, very, very simple, that is bullish, and more upside is possible. I covered the levels last time, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about that. So that's very simple, the levels that I'm looking for to the downside, you know, and we're still in this range, so this range could be a very, very good trading idea. Let's hide this one. Let's put back the one that we do have here. So very simple. We do have a range, weekly support, value area, low resistance. Trade this range, and this range is about, okay, that's about 1%. That's a I would say a fair range. So this would be Bitcoin. This took a bit longer than I expected. I hope you are not bored. If something, please write in the chat, and also if you have questions, please write them in the chat. Right. So that would be Bitcoin. And before I move to ES, because ES was very, very interesting yesterday. Very, very nice move. Very easy to trade, maybe easier than Bitcoin. Right, but before I move to ES, I kind of want to talk just a bit about our project, about Safehouse, right? Because I started to talk about it in the last stream. So I said like two keywords, right? So it's a safe house, so it's a safe place for everyone to be, a place where you want to feel comfortable, right? When you want to feel safe, good community, you know. The members of the community will help you, will support you when you have, especially when you have, you know, I don't know, if you are in not the best situation, when you need some help, when you have, maybe you have a question, someone would always be there to help you. So that's the first thing first, a safe house, a safe environment. And for me, that is really, really important, because when I'm fully focused on what I do, on trading, and when I know that my team, they are supporting me, that is the moment that I give the best results. Then I said another word, trader. We want to create traders, but not only traders that are able to make some TA and trade only crypto. No, we want to create a kind of traders that, using a very, very simple TA, will be able to make a very, very good TA if we talk about crypto, if we talk about stocks, if we talk about Forex, right? So that is then the other part of this, important part of this project. We want to create traders that can trade across the markets with very, very good results. Another thing that I want to say about this, that it's the part when we want to keep the TA very, very simple. And that's why I want to take this break when I finish the TA from the Bitcoin chart, and before we move to ES, you'll see that I'm using a couple of tools, very, very simple tools, fixed range, horizontal levels, some volume, obviously, SNR flip levels, market structure. So everything, I'm trying to keep everything very simple, because the TA should be simple. So we want to provide you a very simple trading system where the TA should be very, very simple. Couple of lines, you know, a couple of things that we use, and you can use, once again, you can use the same tools across the markets. So you don't have to learn for each market. You learn a trading system and you can use it across the market. But maybe most important than the TA is actually the psychological side of trading. And that is where we want to fully focus, because like I said, TA should be fairly easy, but you get to that point when you need to open a trade. And that is the moment that you need to take into consideration a couple of things. That would be risk management, that would be execution, and most important, how to control your emotion once you're already in a trade. Risk management. You need to be able to understand how much money you're risking in that trade, because first of all, each trade has a risk involved. You need to accept that risk. And to be able to accept that risk, you need to know exactly how much money you're risking in that trade before you actually enter that trade, not after, before. Let's say in a trade you want to risk $10, $100, 1K, 100K, 1 million. Really doesn't matter. But you need to be able to understand that risk. And if you accept that risk, if you acknowledge and accept that risk, then there should be no emotion attached. So that's first thing first. Then we want to focus on execution, right? What is the perfect moment, or the best moment to actually to open a trade? Also, when it is the moment to open a trade, or when it is the moment to just wait for more clarity, we will show you, we will guide you, and that would be one of the main things that we want to help you with, because from the feedback that I get over the time, that is one of the most common issues, the execution. When should I take a trade, right? That's the other part that we want to focus, and that will be done with live examples. We will put you in a live trading situation, obviously, again, getting back to the first part, into a safe environment where we will guide you, we will do our best to feel comfortable, but we want to put you into real life trading situation, because other than that, if you're not able to see what's going on in real time, I would say it is not possible to learn. So that's the other thing, execution. And the most important part, in my opinion, is how to maintain your calm, how to handle the psychological side after the execution. So let's say you decided to take a trade, and if the trade, everything is okay with the trade, then definitely that's easier to handle. You make money, you're happy, everything is good. However, and I always say that, what will define you as a trader, if you want to become a pro trader, what will define you is not the moment when you're winning a trade, when you make money, that's easy. What will define you as a trader is actually the moment that you're losing a trade, that you're not in the best situation. Maybe you enter the trade and the price is moving against you, and that is the key. How you handle that situation, what to do in those moments, how to react, that would actually define you as a trader in the future. And that is, again, one of the most important parts in trading, and that is one part that we need to fully focused. That is what we want to do here at Safehouse, and that is our approach. Also, like I said last time, I'm just the face of this project, but we do have an entire team behind this project, and we do have a couple of things going on, right? I just received just before the stream, like literally 5 minutes before the stream, I just got some news for you, and I want to share those news with you. So let's get back to here to the description. So first of all, we are very excited plans for you. So we want to make some trading competition inside the group, right? And for that, we do need a place where to trade, right? And that would be Bybit. I like to trade on Bybit, and Bybit is our partner. So if you want to support the project, you can use our affiliate link, and not only you support the project, but also you get some bonuses. So you can get up to 30K in bonuses, and also this is what was the last moment news. Actually, you'll get 20% off of your trading fees, and that be the equivalent of a VIP1 tire. So that would be really interesting, right? Another thing that we want to say, that if you decide to join Safehouse, you will have other benefits. We will have giveaways. We will have a lot of things going on, and for that we will the UID number will be required. So make sure you open a new account using our link, no, and that will give you access to quite a bit of advantages. The other thing that I want to share is that we will be launching, or maybe it's, I'm not sure, but we will be launching the website very soon, or maybe it is live already. So on the website there will be some information. We have some offers from you for you. Also, the one-to-one booking system will be live very soon. So if you are interested in private sessions, obviously you could book them on the website. All the information will be there. We have giveaways. We will give away subscription. We will give away free one-to-one sessions. So like I said, we do have a lot of things going on right now. We want to fully launch this project as soon as possible, and hopefully you will decide to join us and to support us in our journey. We will post more details in Discord and also on my Twitter. If you want to stay, get the news, you can follow me on Twitter. Also, this is the Discord link. This is the Twitter of the Safehouse, the official one. So everything that you need, all the information are here, and also we'll be posting more info in Discord and also on Twitter. Okay, so that's that. I wanted to share a couple of things with you, but now let's move once again to the TA part. So we've covered Bitcoin. We need to see what's going on there, but now let's move to ES. Yes, and why is this important? Because in my opinion, and like I always like to say, this is the big daddy, and Bitcoin, and not only Bitcoin, the entire crypto market usually follows what this chart is doing. That's why I'm really interested in this chart. Maybe you trade ES, maybe you don't, but even if you don't, you still need to keep an eye on what's going on this chart, because of the direct correlation with Bitcoin. And I want to spend just 2 minutes to explain this correlation, because I've seen a lot of messages, a lot of things like, hey, the correlation is off, it's not there anymore. Look, in my opinion, the correlation is still there, but you need to understand how we use, at least the way I use the correlation, right? So the correlation is, I see the correlation like this. So both assets will hit support or resistance in the same time. That is the correlation. So for example, again, I was posting about this. This is the point of control of this high time frame range. Price was here, Bitcoin was here, right? In this area. So they hit resistance in the same time, Bitcoin and ES, right? One would see this rejecting, then the possibilities that Bitcoin will follow are increasing, right? So this is how I like to see the correlation. Both assets are hitting support or resistance in the same time. You don't have to think about this correlation in terms of percentages. So let's say this one moves, ES moves 1%, Bitcoin needs to move 1%. No. Each chart moves and behaves in a different manner, and you need to treat and to trade each chart as a different chart. Also, you do need to trade the levels from each chart. This chart has some levels, Bitcoin has some levels. So you don't have to understand the correlation like that. You have to understand the correlation. Both assets are hitting support or resistance in the same time. And if you start to see a reaction on this chart, my best guess, Bitcoin will follow. It doesn't have to happen like every time, but most of the time, especially high time frame, this is how I like to look at the correlation. Okay, that's first thing first. Other than that, I mean, the TA is pretty much starts the same way I'm starting with the Bitcoin chart and getting back to using the same tools. We want to create traders that could trade using very simple TA. They can trade across the markets, or at least do some very good TA. So in this situation, I would think about this section of the chart, right? We had this small, well, small, not quite small, but we had this range here. And as soon as the top of this range was claimed, that is the moment, you know, when the other range started. Really, really important is this. Check this. And the way I like to trade ranges. Right? Check this. If we mark, let's actually mark this one. If we mark the, let me disable the magnet. If we mark this level, so that would be the value area high of this range. Check the respect that we had here. The value area high acting as perfect support, giving the possibility of another bounce here. And this was quite a bit of a bounce. If we talk about it, that is almost 20% for this chart. That is huge. So that's why I like the ranges, and that's why I like to keep them on my chart as long as possible, because you can see, obviously, we had some more confluences in this area, but the value are high was there, perfect touch, and then the bounce, right? So that's why I like so much these ranges, because they give really, really good results within this range. Because if we focus on this range, right? I mean, value area low acting as support, value area high acting as resistance, right? Basically, you can trade this range in a very, very easy manner, I would say. Cool. But now let's get back to our range. Like I said, I want to keep this as simple as possible, just a couple of lines, couple of tools, so everyone should understand what I'm looking and what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so this is our resistance, the point of control, right? We actually have this one, and we also have a high volume node here. Up to this section of the chart, this was the point of control, then move here. Again, developing range depending on the volume. These levels could change at any point in time. And I will still take into consideration this. This is a high volume node, and this is also the point of control, obviously a high volume node too. So those are the levels that I'm actually interested of. And I think I had this one marked. Yeah. If we mark this one, right, the high volume node, you can see that throughout this price action, this was a very, very good SNR flip level, right? Starting here, support, support, bounce. Lost, backtest, backtest. So resistance, we move to the value are low, then claimed, backtest, push to the upside, backtest, push to the upside, lost, backtested, and so on. So that is a very, very important SNR flip level. Even here, price claiming the level, backtest, giving the possibility of another push to the upside. So definitely these kind of levels, you know, they are very, very good. They give very, very good results, and those are high time frame. Those are the levels that you want to take into consideration. So high time frame, rejection from here, then the next important level will be actually this high volume node, and this needs to hold for more upside. If this level will be lost, flip to resistance, then you know, one could see more downside. That opens the possibility for more downside. So from a high time frame, and if you are a swing trader, this is all you need. This very, very simple TA. Now, if you're a day trader, if you're a scalper, then obviously we need to move to lower time frame, and for that we need to enable a couple of horizontal levels, right? So we do have this daily acting as a very, very good resistance, then this daily, and we do have this monthly, older monthly, but you can see very well respected. And now we move to this weekly level, right? This weekly level, I posted about it, right? And now if we move to, let's say, to lower time frame, like 5 minutes, because I was having so much fun yesterday with this. So low time frame, you can see basically as long as this level acting as support, more upside is possible. Level lost, backtest, and then we move to the next important level, to the downside, the daily. A range between these levels, right? Level lost, backtest, and then we move to the current range that we do have right now, right? And that would be the range between, let's say, higher time frame between this daily and this weekly. But also here we had a very, very interesting level. Let's see if I had that one marked already. Yes. And this is the level that I was looking at yesterday. So that would be this high. Usually this kind of the top and the bottom, they give very, very, very good results. And I was posting this when the price was somewhere in this area. I was posting in Discord, so let's say what's going on here. If the level will be claimed or if we get a swing failure pattern, right? You see, the price is trying to break this level, but other than that, we start to get acceptance below this level. So this is how a swing failure pattern should look like, or a failed auction if you want to call it. Backtest, and then the move to the downside, right? So you can see this kind of levels, very, very well respected. You can see the price spend some time above this level, then get acceptance below, backtest, and down we go. Obviously, where do we go? We go to the weekly level, right? But again, this is where I posted my last message yesterday in Discord. So the price was here. Obviously, now in this situation, one would expect more downside, right? But this is not a very, very good place to look for shorts. Even if I was expecting for more downside, this is not a place where you look for shorts. You look for longs or no trade, right? And I said, like more downside is possible, and we do have a couple of levels, but in the same time, if the price managed to claim the weekly, then we can continue trading this local range, meaning the range between this weekly and this top. And you start to see like the price trying, then backtest, 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 you know, slowly. And then the price moved where? Once again, moved to this level. What's going on here? Price rejecting, you know, another attempt. And currently, once again, the price is moving towards this weekly level. Now, in between, obviously, we do have levels. Like, for example, we can pull this golden pocket here. My best guess is that we do have around 0.5, right? 0.5 is very well respected, so we do have levels. Also, you can use the previous day levels and something like that. But as long as you can understand and you can find this kind of local SNR flip level, and especially if you do have a weekly level here, then trading should be so much easier. And once again, this is a good example why I like to trade this kind of ranges, right? A range, very simple range. This is your support, this is your resistance, this area, the weekly, and this is how I'm looking at this today. Currently we are at 0.5. I would expect lower. If we start to see a bounce, then we can use some other levels. We do have VWAP and so on, but overall, this is our range for the day. I really, really like this kind of ranges because they are so easier to trade. So like I said here, I don't think it's a good trade here because you do not have a good stop loss and the price could push. But when the price actually moves below this level, you start to see this level trying to claim, rejected, then that's a good trade. This is where you trade. This is where you have a stop loss and obviously targets. My best guess is that this was the golden pocket. If we pull it from here to here, like golden pocket, small bounce, rejection, down we go. Again, same story. You do not trade here because you have no confirmation about more upside. You wait for the level to claim this level. This is your trade, this is your stop loss, and what do you target? Yeah, VWAP here, but definitely you can target the high. And this range, let's say between this level and this level, that's almost 1%, which is huge for this chart. 1% is quite a bit. Where once again, in this area, you do not look for longs, you look for shorts, you book some profits, you look for shorts, now another back test, and then down we go. And currently, I would expect lower. Let's see what's going on at the weekly. Let's say if the price managed to take these lows, once again, think about liquidity, think about stop losses, and also we do have a couple of interesting levels here. So we do have this daily and the high volume node. So I would expect this level to be tapped sooner or later, right? So that is an important level. But also here locally, we do have, let me see if I have this one marked. Nope. No, let's mark it. That's not the problem. We do have this low, right? Put it here as a swing failure pattern, right? So this low, now let's get back to 5 minutes, let's say. If this range will break, and this weekly will no longer act as support, right? Then this is a level to be taken into consideration, because here we could see a swing failure pattern. And if that happens, no, I see no reason not to see another move, at least to these lows, but also to the weekly. So pay attention to this, right? Weekly, swing failure pattern, and this level. If no reaction here, then yes, then we talk about this area where we do have this daily, we do have the high volume node, and so on. And depending on what's going on here, we can start to trade. So it's literally level to level. Let's see what's going on. And if this chart starts to move to the downside, my best guess is that Bitcoin will follow. So keep that in mind for your bias. Other than that, very simple level, very simple trading. So let's see what the day will bring. Obviously, I'll update in Discord as much as possible. DXY, very quick overview over DXY. Why is this important? Because this chart has inverse correlation with ES and Bitcoin. So if this chart goes up, the other one, the chances are increasing that the other one are moving to the downside. So pay attention to this chart. Okay, very simple TA. Channel, right? Top, bottom, as long as the price manage to stay above this level, I would say more upside is possible. Lose this level and then definitely, more downside is possible. The price took this low here, swing failure pattern, boom, down we go. And you can see the top here was the channel, not here, the channel, small retracement, and now the price is trying to break to the upside. Now, moving back once again to lower time frame, right? You can see the respect, boom, back test, another attempt, price goes, take the lows, down we go, right? And then up after the swing failure pattern, really good trades, and the price since then, you can see the price is trying here, getting back to the channel support, and currently the price is trying to break to the upside. Let's see if I have some TA for this one. Usually I like to delete the TA. Okay, this was the one that I was looking for. So basically what happened yesterday is that we had this high, and as you can see what happened here, swing failure pattern, down we go, but this area is holding, right? Once again, small retracement, price goes once again, get acceptance, trade, and currently the price is trying once again to claim this SNR flip level. Unless we see another push to the upside where we could see another swing failure pattern here, then we move to this level. This level needs to hold, bottom line, this level needs to hold for more upside. And if that happens, once again, we need to move to the high time frame level. Then we do have this area, which was resistance. So definitely, we could mark the top, and let's see what's going on here, right? Swing failure pattern, rejection, we can start to trade. Maybe we will form a range between here, or even better, a range between here and the high time frame levels, right? If you're interested in this, please message me in Discord, or please message me in the chat, and I'll go more in depth with this chart. But like always, I like to keep it as simple as possible. We can go more in depth, but other than that, for me, these simple levels are very good. And they give really good results. Obviously, now for this chart, you do not expect huge moves. Could happen, but usually this is for scalpers, for day traders, But other than that, this high time frame channel is the one that I have below. This is the one that you want to check high time frame. As long as the price is above this level, one would say more upside is possible, and obviously we can look for levels to the upside and to the downside. That would be the TA that I have for you today. Now let's see some questions. If we do have some questions. Good morning. Can you show us the Finks range settings? Sure. I can do that. So this is what I have, right? This is the most important, 570% value area. So those are the settings for the fixed range. Also, you can use 148, but I kind of like this one, 500. Gives really, really good results. Is there any tool to detect liquidity area, such as heat maps? Do they work? Heat maps. I mean, you can use them. The problem with a heat map is that a heat map is based on limit orders, right? And the problem with limit orders, they could be pulled stacked at any point in time. So let's say you do have, I don't know, let's say you use that tool, right? I can't remember the website. I suppose there are lots of websites that offers that, but let's say you have that, right? And let's say, I don't know, in this area, let's say you have a range, right? Top, bottom. And somewhere in this area, you see a buy wall. And you say, okay, we do have confluences there. This is the bottom of the range, and we do have a buy wall, and this should hold. What if in the last moment, when the price is actually reaching this level, this buy wall is pulled? What will happen there? So what I'm trying to say, it is not the most reliable information that you can get. That's why I like the order flow information, where I can see market orders. You cannot fake a market order. A market order is there, and you can use that information. With limit orders, you know, this could happen. So you can use it, but you know, take this thing into consideration. But the question was about how to determine the liquidity areas. Well, very simple. Where is your support? Where is your resistance? What is the easiest trade? Like in this situation, one would imagine there should be some stop losses above this level, right? Also, some stop losses below this level. And remember, a stop loss should be a stop loss should always be a market order, and a stop loss for a long is a short market order. So imagine if we do have liquidity here, imagine when those stop losses are hit, that there are short market orders. So one could expect, boom, a sharp drop. That's why I like to trade based on reaction, because you don't know how many stop losses are, and this could be 0.2% bounce or a 1% bounce or drop. Same story here, right? Let's say here we do have stop losses, right? Imagine a stop loss for a short is a long market order. So when the price will hit that liquidity area, the price could do this. And once again, you don't know how much that will be. Could be 0.2, 0.3, like what happened here. Maybe that level is defended with limit orders, maybe not. Maybe they are reliable, maybe not. And that's why I like to trade based on reaction. So you can use that information, but you know, I'm not sure if it is the most reliable information that you can get. So max pain scenario. Good question. Very, very good question. Max pain scenario. Sorry. Max pain scenario would be in my opinion, if the price would do something like this. If the price will push to the upside, doesn't really matter, maybe from here or below. The price would push to the upside, claiming this level, backtest, and then spending some time here. This will be the moment when everyone becomes like really, really bullish, right? They are buying the breakout. For this, you would need an order flow software. If you see big increases in open interest, new longs opening, and the price not moving too much, maybe we're forming a range, and within that range, you can see some bearish CVD divergences forming, that this could be a bull trap. And from here, if the price does this, it's game over. So in my opinion, that would be the max pain scenario. So claim this level, make everyone really, really, really bullish, and then drop the price. That would be, in my opinion, a very, very nice max pain scenario. If we drop from here, If we drop from here, that somehow that is to be expected because we had a swing failure pattern, range breaking to the downside and so on. So one would expect more downside. But if that happens, that would be a really, really nice scenario. Obviously, there's no way to know if that will happen, but that is something to take into consideration. To the downside, same story. I mean, you want to lose a couple of levels, make everyone bearish. Same story. Look for trap traders, but for that you need access to an order flow software. Look for trapped traders, trapped longs here, trap shorts. I don't know. You tell me where. It could be anywhere, but that would be the max pain scenario in my opinion. Your value are low and value are high. Okay, good point. Yeah, good point. I'll try to change that. So yeah, that's a good point. Actually, I kind of yeah, that's a good point. We'll try to we'll try to change that. Thank you. That's a good point. What's the difference? Row size 170 and 500. I like to use 500. 148, it's also good, right? That's the setting that gives me the best result, and that's what I use. If we get a swing failure pattern, would you take profit on the weekly or at the daily? Depending on the reaction, yes, could be. If I see that those level holding as resistance, flip to resistance, then could be. It's hard to know because it depends on the reaction and you need to be able to see what's going on there. But yes, that is possible. What type of order flow data is required to trigger a trade statistically? Very, very hard to answer because it will be at least a 30-minute answer. So I will cover that in depth, but that will require to explain an order flow software and then to explain how I trade. So in the future, definitely I'll answer that, but right now it's like there's no time to answer that properly. No, I don't use the Elliott wave, so I do not use that. I don't use Elliott wave for trading. From previous day low to current price action, do you think it's a bullish CVD? Could be. I don't know. We need to check that, but I don't want to go. I don't want to go into order flow yet because not everyone here is they know the Excel charts or ATAs. That really depends what you. So if you are in Discord, please post a screenshot, tag me, and I'll check that, and I'll give you a proper answer in Discord. I agree, TA part is the easy part, correct? But consistently entering is totally different. Exactly, that's the point. So TA should be easy, and should be easy. What's come after that? No, that's the hardest part. So that is where this project needs to focus, because one thing that I want to make very clear, we want to create traders. That's the ultimate purpose of this project. We want to create traders, and the best traders from the group will have their chance. I can talk about this. I cannot reveal more details right now, but let me put the best trader will have a very, very good chance, because this project is not exactly what you would expect. It's not your typical educational group that, the main purpose is to give you every week an educational content telling you that this tool will make a difference and that one, that could be confusing. And, the ultimate goal is not to keep you in the group paying a subscription for as much as possible. No, we want to show you what we do, how we do it, and create traders. Like I said, it's not exactly what would you expect this project. It's a bit different, but we will give all the details slowly when this project will be fully operational. It's not going to be free, because tell me what is free today and it has quality. We're working on that part. We are taking into consideration multiple scenarios, and we want to make this available for as many people as possible. We'll give more details, and you'll see. You'll see. Should look at the volume in those weeks. Yes, you should check that. But the trap traders, actually you can. Actually you can, but for trap traders, you always want to check the open interest. You always, that's the main thing that you want to check. You want to check the open interest. You want to see the open interest increasing within that candle, and then you can look for imbalances, you know, the actual volume, delta, and so on. But let's say the open interest is the main thing for trap traders. Without increases in open interest, there are no trap traders. Live scalping, how would tell you the when scalping, sorry, when scalping, how would you tell that weekly level on Bitcoin is acting at support, and what would give you some confidence? The order flow, or you know, also you want to, you can go here on low time frame and see what's going on, right? But the order flow could give you basically the details about what's going on there, what's going on with the volume, you know, the delta, open interest, if there are imbalances, yes, no, if there are liquidation, and so on. So the order flow could give you, you know, more confirmation, more details about what's going on at that level. Again, I don't want to go too much into order flow, not yet, because maybe not everyone here is, you know, they're used to an order flow software. And I remember the first time that I checked an order flow software, it was like random numbers all over the place, so that could be a bit confusing. But in the future, yes, sure, 100%, we will check the order flow together. Don't you think the max pain scenario and is that falling and Bitcoin not? Again, don't think about this like locally speaking. Let's see, ES is moving to the downside as it was expected, and Bitcoin is not. Well, let's move to 5 minutes here. So again, we're consolidating, right? But this kind of price action is not exactly the most bullish one that I've seen. Meaning the market structure is not, the price is unable to claim VWAP, and one would expect more downside. But don't think about this as small moves. I mean, if this moved like, I don't know, what's this? This one moved from here to here 0.21%. This should move 0. It's kind of move the same, but this is not the purpose. The purpose of the correlation is that they usually hit support or resistance in the same time. Usually ES moves first and then Bitcoin follows. That's the way I like to look at the correlation. What is ES reaches that weekly and Bitcoin slowly reaching the daily or low? That would be a nice correlation. Yes, that's kind of what I would like to see. And if the support holding on one chart, you know, you could get, you know, there is a high chance to get the same reaction on the Bitcoin chart. Not always, it's not gonna work like 100%, but I would say the correlation is there. We're going to cover order flow next week. Yes, I hope so. Yes, I hope so. Also, we will release the template, right? Because we want to work just a bit on the templates, and we will release them next week. So yeah, we can check some order flow together. Yeah, you're welcome, no problem. This is why we are here. I like when you post both TradingView and order flow. Yes, this is what I do, because you want to see the price action, and then you want to see in the same time what's going on with the order flow. So yeah, usually I do that, you know, like I really like to do that. So yeah, definitely. it had the confidence to take a trade. Yes, this is the main purpose of the order flow, because you do your TA in TradingView, and then you move to the order flow software to actually to get some confirmation, some more confirmation about what's going on at that level. So that's basically the purpose of the order flow. Okay, so if there are no more questions, yeah, those are the final words. The weekly is our support. We do have liquidity below, daily, and the low of the range. Let's see what's going on. Also, we do have a daily here, so we need to see what's going on. For the moment, this is just a range. This is just consolidating. Let's see what the NY session will bring. Right, there's always some volatility expected. Let's see if we have some news. The news are moving the markets. They're creating the volatility. However, and this is really important, when you have news, one would expect still the levels to be respected. So you have volatility, but the technical levels are respected. So let's see how this day will develop. I shared my trading plan for today. Other than that, the next update will be on Monday, same time. I'll post details, I'll post the link in Discord and also on Twitter. Until then, let's see, like I said, let's see how this day will develop. Usually during the weekends, one would see a range, right? Let's see what that range will be, right? We need to still wait for ES to close for this week. Yeah, definitely. We go from there. I'll update as much as possible. Like I said, the next Sitrep will be on Monday. Feedback, questions, everything, please post in Discord, and I'll do my best to answer in the shortest time possible. Yeah, and let's see how what the day will bring. Until Monday, I wish you all a great weekend. Thank you for everything. Cheers and bye bye.